Hello, my name is Lynda. I'm from Ottawa, and I'm going to Ironman in Argentina this weekend to try to qualify to Kona. So I'll let you know how it goes when I come back. My first race was about, I think, 9 years ago, 2009 if I remember well, was a half marathon. And I had heard it on the radio, had never really ran a race like measured with time or distance. And I was like, well, I can do a half marathon. I didn't even know how long it was. Didn't even have a watch or knew how fast I ran, but I was like, oh, I'll go and I'll finish whenever just they stop. And I just thought people were really friendly, beautiful, smiley, and I was like, I want to be like one of them. Especially like I would say some older women really, I thought makes people, like I thought running makes people age well, and they were really, really nice. So I just ran half marathon following one of them, and I finished third. So I got noticed a little bit. I don't know how many people, maybe there were like 15 or 20 or something like that. It wasn't like thousands of people, but from there, then I started receiving emails for the next race, and then I was like, oh, 5K, I can do that. And then I just started making friends with the people from that place, that community, and I really enjoyed it.
Probably not going to make it if you don't have any genetics.
Yeah.
Maybe 3:05, but not 3 hours. 3 hours is very special. Here comes Rachel Humphrey! All right. Oh, wow. Lynda, that was a photo finish for the marathon.
Hamilton was my second marathon in my life, like just a marathon, and just in meaning like not part of a triathlon, something like that. I had done once before, and the goal obviously when you do a marathon for the first time is to finish. My goal was also to finish first because I had something to prove, but it was like a small marathon in my community, nothing big, nothing major. And I had one, but I didn't have an objective of time. I just had an objective of like position, and I had reached it. But it was above 3 hours. And I wanted to do a triathlon below 3 hours. But the year before I was registered for Hamilton, but I got injured before the race in a bike accident, so couldn't run. And so I had to cancel my participation to Hamilton the year before. So this year I went, and I was prepared somewhat because I had done a few halves during the summer, but I decided kind of last minute. And it was a great race, great weather. It was also more going down. It was not a loop. It was like a one-way point to point. And yeah, it was a good race. I found a group of pacers, I could say, at different points. It wasn't always the same, but I was a group for at least, I would say 15 kilometers that really helped me keep the pace until kilometer maybe 28 at the end of like the long like highway going down. And after that, I just started to have to go, so I had to stop. And then I kind of broke my pace, but I finished. It was difficult. The last, I would say 8 kilometers, I was just like looking at my watch and thinking, okay, if I run like 5 minutes a kilometer, I will still do it under 3 hours. So I guess the motivation went down because my goal was only to do it under 3 hours. But then at the end, again, like maybe 500 meters to the end, this girl comes to me and kind of goes to pass me. And I'm like, oh, you half marathon or marathon? And she didn't say a word, and she started sprinting. So we just started to sprint both. And as you know, I finished on a sprint and I did win, but the same thought. I mean, if she wins, she deserves it because I cannot go any faster than this. You know, I could have gone longer, but not any faster. But it was a great race. Yeah, and I was happy because I wanted to do a marathon. So that was the springboard to register to the Ironman, because obviously an Ironman ends up with a marathon, so you have to know a little bit of the distance. And I was like, okay, no injury. I did a marathon. I did a lot of running. So let's try now to incorporate what it needs to get to an Ironman. was able to run 42 when I cannot even walk 42 meters now. But we'll get better. In 2 days, I'll be able to run to work again. See you running to work. What is coming up next is Ironman in Argentina, Mar del Plata. And why? Different reasons. Well, I would love to qualify to Kona, and that is kind of a dream of a triathlete, I guess. I think my body can take it, can handle it. I would never go like to do a distance that would ruin my body, or if I would be injured and everything, but anything like that. But at this point in the season, I'm still okay. I'm not like injured or anything. So, and I would love to qualify to Kona. And why Ironman Argentina? There won't be much jet lag or time zone difference compared to going to Europe or going to Africa, going to Australia. There's like a long jet lag, so it takes a longer trip to go. Also, it was cheap to go. Actually, I bought my trip with points. The season is good. It's at the end of our seasons. If I do it in the spring, have to do all my long rides inside or my long run on a treadmill or in the cold, which I don't like. So this part of the year is great. Over there, it's going to be the summer, so that's great too. I was also thinking that maybe there's less Argentinian interested in going into Kona. Right now, I'm a little kind of nervous because I realized that there are few pros registered in my age group. Apparently, they cannot go to Kona, but on the other way, I think like that's probably their goal why they're doing this also. So I really don't know how long that will go, but yeah, I'm going to do the Ironman, to do my time, and to see what I'm worth on an Ironman, and to try to finish it with the best time, and if possible, qualify to Kona. Well, actually, that's the thing. There's no qualifying time. It's a position. You have to be first or second in your age group. So for a time, I don't know. And but I think I could do it between 10:10 and 10:30. Like I'm aiming for that. So if I'm in between 10:10 and 10:20, I'll be happy, really happy. Between 10:20 and 10:30, I'll be happy. If I do more than 10:30, I think I'll be disappointed. And if I do anything less than 10:10, I'll be like ecstatic. Okay, and about the wetsuit, I don't even know if it's wetsuit legal or not. I guess it is, but I wrote to Ironman, like the website. I wrote to all the emails I could find, never got an answer. I asked for temperature of the water, if it was wetsuit legal, they never answered back. I asked for qualifying time of last year, they didn't answer. I asked also for if we could rent bikes there and all this, no answer. So I don't know. I hope there'll be people there organizing the event, but they don't know. So I'm bringing my wetsuit, definitely. And I think it will be wetsuit legal because it's in the ocean. And usually the ocean is not warm anywhere unless it's like a bay, and it's not. And the other thing, it's the beginning of the summer for them. So I really think it will be cold enough to have wetsuit. The biggest challenge, I think, will be to manage nutrition, to manage the energy to finish strong. I'm used to do half Ironman, which is like a 5-hour effort. So I know how to manage that. But a 10-hour effort, it's a whole different story. So I know I have to eat a lot during the race, but I'm not used to, like, I know like how to manage a 5-hour race. I think to manage the energy level, or the pace and everything, to get the energy to finish strong, that will be my challenge. But as I'm more of a runner, I think it will be okay. I don't think I've struggled psychologically in any race, unless like I would be injured or something like that. I'm just there for fun. I feel privileged to be there. Like I feel like I can do this. Like actually I'm paying money to do this. I'm not that I don't like my work, I love my work, but actually like this, if I could be paid to do this, I would love it. I'm even paying to do this, so why should I complain? So in any race, running, triathlon, anything, I just feel privileged I can do that. So I don't really have a mental struggle. The mental struggle, sometimes it's like maybe in Hamilton, you reach your goal and you're like not as motivated because kind of you've made it like under your time. So I think sometimes an objective like that, it can be like a goal like that can have a downside. And I think my strength is mental, because I always look on the bright side. Like if I had a bad swim, I'm always thinking, okay, now I'll catch up to people. If I even had an accident where I had like my hand injured, like I fell, I had like a puncture and all this, and I was like thinking, hey, I can still ride my bike. Hey, I can still like move. I'm not like, I didn't collide with another cyclist. My bike is still okay. Like I always focus on the positive of the, so I don't think I have a lot of like mental struggle. Actually, I'm just like enjoying the moment and thinking I do my best and I'll be proud of it, like no matter what.